Good start.
All right, back on the pool deck, just getting started. 2 points the difference at the moment between Energy Standard and the LA Current. And things looking up for LA after Tom Shield's big win. And they got Ingrid Wilm. She has been so good. But the story for London a week ago and their win was the backstroke. Obviously, it was so critical for them and the skins. And you got Kira Toussaint and Minna Atherton. What was it for Minna Atherton? How big was it for her to be the skins winner in the backstroke last week, Rowdy?
Right, Bernie, it was so important for her to come back. It's sort of like Chad Lacaux to be able to come back and really perform well. She's been a little bit off and on during the season, but boy, she was totally on this past week, especially with that skins victory. And I know she's feeling and brimming with confidence right now going into this 200 backstroke. And she's won it 5 different times over her career, a couple times this year as well.
Ingrid Wilm has been so good for LA, but typically the 50, the 100, where we expect Ingrid Wilm to play the spoiler. Also got to mention Mary Sophie Harvey. She has certainly been on the up and up, but Kira Toussaint, 49.5 points a week ago. Minna Atherton, 36 points.
Toussaint was 3rd back in match number 15.
And again, even for DC, you see Ali Deloof down at the very bottom in lane number 8, but she, much like Ingrid Wilm, 50-100, so much better than going all the way up to the 200.
Right, and you could see that last week, Wilm was not quite as good as she's been during the season. Even though she finished 2nd in the 100 and the 50 and the 100 rather, she was 6th in the 50 skins. So it's going to be interesting to see how she comes along. Beta Nelson has the best time of the season, 2:00.05. Nobody's broken 2 minutes this year.
And the thing that is most interesting for me, Rowdy, is when you get these 3 Titans together, just how different it makes and how important it is to execute when you have a big stroke. Because obviously you saw Energy do with Sjöström. Tom Shields gets it done for LA. So probably even more pressure for Toussaint and Atherton to actually really get it done here. But this is where if you're LA or you're Energy and you can get a win, that's when things really start to get shaken up a little bit.
Yeah, and they're finishing right now. They were 1-2 at the 100, both of them at 0-0. Wilm way at the top, kind of hanging in there in 3rd. And we talked about Gorbenko in the first event in the 100 fly, where she scratched that and decided to swim the 200 back. Right now, she's swimming in 6th place in the 200 back. She's up there in lane number 2.
Toussaint's the leader with 50 meters of backstroke to go. And some of it here in Lenny Kreisselberg at the beginning, too, was more along the lines of they wanted to mix things up. Maybe it is Gorbenko just trying to give her a couple different events, so you go back to your core events, hopefully when you make the grand final next week, and maybe it makes you even sharper.
And you look at Toussaint, what she did and how she swam this race. She's 31.3 her second 50, 30.2 third 50.
Shkurdai take over at the end, and Shkurdai gets the win. How?
Wow, what a way to swim this race for Toussaint. I mean, look at these splits, 29.1, 31.3, 30.2, and then she's 31.6. Well, Shkurdai just was the opposite. She's 29.1, and then she's 31.5, 30.7, and then 30.2 on the end. So talk about a back half. It was Shkurdai who actually had the great back half, and that's right where she went by Toussaint. Toussaint might have pressed it a little bit too much, that third 50.
Yeah, because you would 9 times out of 10, you think Toussaint's going to roar and get the win when she's got maybe a quarter of a body length lead. But again, this is the difference, folks. When it comes time, maybe tomorrow, Energy Standard at the top of the table, you look back at the 200 backstroke and you say, London, they were outscored by Energy Standard in an event that they should have gotten the most points.